This next question, Darcy, we'll have you answer first. Darcy, you were a very strong advocate for Proposition 3, which was on the 2013 ballot. Proposition 3 is better known as the RAP tax. The RAP tax is a 0.1% sales tax increase in Washington County to support recreation, arts, and parks. The county passed the RAP tax with a 51% supporting it, 49% against it. In Enterprise, it was defeated by a 30-point margin with 35% supporting and 65% against. How do you justify your support for the RAP tax when the citizens of Enterprise were overwhelmingly against it?
I don't think you can make everybody happy. I think we're all very different, and I just follow my heart with stuff. If I feel like this is what I want to see happen for us, then I wanted to see the park develop. There's a huge part of our community that wants to see that done. And there's a huge part that talks about save the youth and give them something to do. Well, that's what I did. I went down there and I fought for our small community. I don't think if we'd have been there participating that we would have got the monies that we are getting from this tax, because St. George wanted all point of sale. They wanted, which of course only benefits St. George. We went in there and said, where do you think we shop? Where do you think we buy our cars, our furniture, our clothes? You know, I make my $1 million trip once a month to Costco, just like everybody else. We spend our money there. We deserve to have a portion of that. So now it's based on not only point of sale, but population. And that's going to help develop our park, our recreational activities, stuff that will help support our kids in the community. And that's what I hear a lot of people say they want to see.
For the rest of you, Aaron, starting with you, I'd like your thoughts on the RAP tax.
Well, I actually agree with Darcy, and I know that it wasn't popular here. Taxes are never really popular, but it's, you know, and it gets to this point. When it started out, what was going on is St. George was saying, it gets back to the same point, they do not recognize that we exist. I mean, they know that they think the county line's somewhere there by Winchester, I think. But it's a pragmatic approach. She went in and the RAP, it was going to pass. And so I think what she did, went in and said, you know, we're going to get ours, and you're not going to get everything you want. But I think it's a good thing. I think that, you know, one of the things that I really think we need to focus on is we've been underserviced as far as the youth here. And that's part of what I think she was doing, and I support that.
I think hearing everybody's comments, us up here, we're all in favor of the RAP tax. I definitely am. I can see the benefits for it. Having lived in Logan for 22 years before we moved down here to Enterprise, the same issue became in front of Cache County with RAP tax, and they had the first year when it was voted on, had the same thing. It barely passed. But after that first year, and the citizens saw the benefit and the things that were accomplished with that RAP tax, the second time it came up for vote, it was overwhelmingly approved because the citizens then became informed and were able to see what the benefits of the RAP tax is. It's designated, and I know the city has mentioned it's designated to go to the parks and recreation to benefit all of the citizens, youth, adults, everyone in the city, and I support it wholeheartedly.
I as well support it, and Darcy kind of alluded to it in her response. This RAP tax was going to pass anyway. Anybody who understands how it was, basically what happened was the city of St. George said, we want to pass this tax. And if they did that, they got all of it. Every place we shopped, all our taxes stayed right there. The county had a one-time shot to pass it as a county. If it would not have passed countywide, St. George was prepared to go right in and take it. And then all that money the tax still would have been charged, the tax still would have been collected, except for it all would have stayed in St. George. So wholeheartedly I support Darcy going forward with it, and I think, you know, everybody on the council supported exactly the position we took, and that was the taxes are going to be charged. You know, like Aaron's alluded to, you know, they forget about us. Well, it's time that we get our portion back, and that's exactly what we're doing through this RAP tax. Is we're getting our portion of it back for good use within our parks and other recreational activities.
I didn't support the RAP tax, but once it passes, I agree. You made the best of it. The situation's a little bit like the Washington County Conservancy District. We pay into that constantly, and I suppose we have a credit there. The question is, what do we get back out of it? and I support the efforts to get back out of that tax, what we have. I know the issue is whether we use that money more for the parks or for a youth recreation coordinator.